Anyway, we've done every Archmage. We've beaten the game. But the achievements don't know that. So let's just do a normal run of Rift Wizard 2. Vengeance! Vengeance for Avalon! Welcome back once again, Wizard, to the ruins of the universe. Eons passed while you slumbered. You sleptwalked across many worlds. Weep for Avalon, oh lonely old wizard. Love and beauty transmuted to chaos and ruin. Your beloved Avalon, and you, her loyal servant as well. Once a great wizard, your memories and magics have faded. Now a thirst for revenge awakens you. The dark wizard Mordred's nearby. Regain your power, slay Mordred. Vengeance for Avalon. If your game looks like it came on a 1993 PC Gamer floppy disk, it's in the box. As long as it's fun to play. We play some stuff with graphics. We play stuff with graphics. Alright, as we can see, we've learned most spells. There's nothing new. I hate that I have to play this in a teeny tiny window. We really do need to figure this out at some point, but I should be able to get through one run, no problem. But what kind of run's it gonna be? Anything in particular folks want to do? We could go for like Wolfer. We got like all of our classic favorites we could bust out for this. I think I might take Magic Missile to start though, unless we want to do Wolfer. There are no new spells for 1.0. I was saying earlier, I'm a little disappointed that the 1.0 release didn't come with like a content bump to make it like an exciting 1.0. This is a very like understated 1.0 release. I mentioned earlier, but again, the post that came with the 1.0 release was basically like, all right, mechanically, Rift Wizard 2 is where they want it to be, so it can leave early access. And like the future plans for the game are content updates. So like we will have new magic, new schools of magic. There will be new content in the future. But they were using early access more for like figuring out where 2 is going to stand and like how it's going to work. And they're satisfied with the early access period. It's just an uncommon way for early access to go, I suppose. Again, I'm used to like 1.0 being a bit of a fanfare event. Well, if you've never learned Magic Missile. As far as never learned goes, we have a very short list. Magic Missile's my favorite. Like, Magic Missile works with so many different fun things. Let's just take it to start. Again, we're just gonna play. We'll see what we run into. What wands, what equipment. And also, if there's ever like a song that's playing and you're like, that doesn't seem like a great addition to the soundtrack, I'm gonna refine this particular playlist as we go. It's filled with... It's got the Nitro Kid soundtrack, it has the Rift Wizard 2 soundtrack, including the unreleased tracks. And then it has a bunch of, just kind of like chiptune-y stuff, some EDM stuff, and some techno stuff that's all not going to get content flagged. Like this right here is part of the 8-bit collection I bought. It's nice having copyright-free music I own that I could put into videos. Ruby Heart, or an exotic pet. Just kind of leaning toward each potion I want, a Ruby Heart and a stopwatch. Magic Missile's more than enough for a bunch of mushrooms. So we can bang through this one, ideally without having to learn anything or drink anything. There are 2 spawners. 11 health, I do 11 damage. We can one-shot every puff here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. As long... If even one mushroom spawns, I do believe I will not have enough spells. Which is quite the tight ratio to work with. But if need be, I could always learn one more spell. Like right here, this is a Rift Wizard spell. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I should be able to hit it from here and also take out the problems around me. I can hit both of them from here. Perfect. Alright, you first. I will get poisoned. That's fine. Oh, paralyzed is more of a problem. I didn't consider how fast they're moving. It only costs one. I'm gonna grab a fireball just to help me out. Because now I can pop many at the same time. Lose a couple of turns. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's good. Just miss every once in a while. Blow myself up, but it was worth it. Alright, just spending one spell point's fine. Ruby Heart, Ruby Heart, Ruby Heart. This I will re-roll. Memory, Scepter of Sorrows, Spriggan Maker, Blast Maker, Crackle, Darkener. I mean, if the first run in 1.0 is a Crackle Darkener run, that's fine. I mean, after all, why not? Why shouldn't I? Why shouldn't I do it? Alright, Crackle Darkener. You know how much I love you. Stupid rockworms. Why not darken their crackles or whatever? After all, why not? Why shouldn't I crackle their darkness? With 3 spell points. Yeah, let's do Crackle Darkener. It's just the best. It's too much fun to pass up. It'll be a fun maiden voyage here. I'll start down here. Or should I start down here? 25 health. That is 3 shots of magic missile. And they are rather close. They will get poisoned. 2, 4, 6. There are 8 of them. And then 2 spawners up top. I might stopwatch this one. We'll see what happens. Yeah, they're gonna hit for 7 apiece. I'm taking 14 a turn if I stand here. We'll stopwatch. You know what? Not yet. Right, here's where we stopwatch. Some of them are poisoned. Take you out. Blow you up. Right there to start. Then another one right there. Woo! And fireball, fireball. How many turns? 1? Alright, well. I wanted to wait. Wanted to min-max a little bit, but... Whenever an enemy takes dark damage... We're not doing dark damage yet, but we will. Two, one spell remaining. No waste. So, Crackle Darkener. There is one important thing we need to remember. They did change Crackle Darkener. It no longer is deal damage to 3 enemies in a 3-tile burst. It's 3 units. That includes the player now. So we need to keep that in mind. Whenever an enemy takes damage, deal that much lightning damage to 3 units in a 3-tile burst. We don't want to be near the enemies when that happens. Otherwise, we're going to be in trouble. What if Arcane Combustion was lightning? Doot, doot, doot. It's just another way for us to blow ourselves up, which is good. Do 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 do. I mean, Death Shock's not a bad way to get some dark damage in the mix. But we all know what we're really gonna be taking. Excited for the Helldiver's death screen. Wizard has died, killed by Wizard. I got so many clips I need to go through for Helldivers. Physical fire or lightning damage. The 3 nearest enemies take that much dark damage. It's all about that Carnival of Pain. Which, I mean, we have Crackle Darkener. Take it now. Another Crackle Darkener and Wrathlinks? Oh, baby. I think I want those Wrathlinks. I am afraid of blowing myself up, though. We do need to be careful. So from way back here, if we Carnival of Pain and then Fireball... Yep, working as intended. Okay, alright. So far, so good. Really? Really? Alright, that problem's dealt with. Gotta head over there. We want to increase our duration, for sure. For Carnival. Let's just Fireball you. Much better. Everything's dead. That's the way I like it. Grab those Wrathlinks. Have you been playing Rift Wizard yourself, Kamard? I'm always excited to hear other people's playthroughs. Whenever an enemy dies to holy or lightning damage, you say? Mystic Orb. Jar of Quicksilver. Reroll. Exotic Pets. Silken Links. More wands. Don't want more wands. Ooh. Metallic Orcs. This looks like a bummer. Bit of a bummer. Now, Silken Links, you are poison, but you're also arcane. And I am shooting magic missiles off. I think I will take you as my other one. Have both links, why not? My first death door of the game was an instant death blow. I think I'll pick a mod to raise the fake death door percentage from 25 to 85%. What? You talking about Darkest Dungeon stuff? That sounds like Darkest Dungeon talk to me. Aha. I don't know too much about Darkest Dungeon 2. Like I said, I haven't watched too much because if I do pick it up, I want to basically go in knowing nothing. That way I can get the full experience of being murdered over and over again. Just pew-pew those guys. Carnival of Pain, Fireball right here. Really? Much better. That's what I'm looking for. Good old damage loops. Bang, bang. Bang, bang, and bang. Pick up all. Luthermir's hooked in the new Darkest Dungeon 2 mode. That's good. I mean, if both both Abe and Luthermir are enjoying Darkest Dungeon 2, I imagine I'm going to enjoy Darkest Dungeon 2. Frostfire Robe. I mean, even if I change it later on, just rolling with either the Earth Troll or the Elven Chainmail ain't a bad idea. Particularly if I'm going to be doing stuff that will blow me up. Having some lightning resist ain't the worst idea. Yeah, because this is only going to target enemies, so they're taking the dark damage. I'm only applicable to the lightning damage, so 50% lightning, not a bad block. Might take that. Oh, Fey Huntsman's. If I start on the chest, he can see me. Who can see me from here? As long as I shoot that man. Problem is, I need a turn. A turn to cast Carnival of Pain. If I take one step up. No one can take one step. Oh no, one guy can take one step. What's your threat radius? Pretty wide. Oh yeah. What's going on, Bard? I need some place where I can buff and cast before anyone can hit me. Alright, from right here, I'm fine. No. God damn it. Alright, they'll take one turn for him to take a step to the left. That should be good enough.
Hello there.
Carnival Pain, and then Fireball. I haven't been silenced yet. Working as intended. Alright, how long until I need to worry about you? Haha! I can take a step forward. Killing some bots to finish off the weekend? Nice. Seems like something's gonna be happening sometime soon in Helldivers 2. I assume, like, we're not far away from the 1-year anniversary. Like, something's gonna happen on the anniversary, I assume, right? Something has to happen on the anniversary. Easy. Can I fireball anything from here? And what's your threat range? Alright. He can't hit me from here, which is nice. I only have one Carnival of Pain left, though. Alright. Here's where things get a little dicey. Never mind, he's dead. Nothing to worry about. How resistant to arcane? 50%? And silenced. Feels like something's going to come out of the black hole. Yeah, we've been getting those, like, anomaly detection things. Alright, I have clarity. And we're good. I'm hoping we get the new squids, but there's been talk of, like, new unit types for all the factions for a while now. I'll take the Elven Chainmail. Whatever comes out, we'll kill the heck out of them. Kill them right back into their holes. For democracy. do 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 do. Perfect. 9 spell points. More Carnival of Pain would be nice. I might even pivot this into being like a Wheel of Death run. Because we really just want to cause a relatively large amount of dark to happen somewhere on the map just to propagate. Because that much lightning damage to 3 additional units, with Carnival of Pain doing that much dark damage, a big dose is going to cause it to split into 3, and then into 3, and then into 3, and just self-propagate. What's going on, lady? I'm glad you're just popping in, not pooping in. Sometimes people poop in here. Don't care for the pooping. How are you? Yeah, like this is the kind of level that would be ideal. If we had the upgrade. That was only once. I told you it was the Reapers. Reapers! Only costs 4 to take Wheel of Death. We have enough to also get Cheat Fate. Avoid shielded and dark immune enemies. Reapers from Mass Effect. I still quote the ones from 2, assuming direct control. Oh, you're talking about Carolina Reapers. I thought we were talking about Reapers from Mass Effect. The Reapers just assumed direct control and made me poop. It's not my fault. Yes, the Burning Ring of Fire. We could Restless Dead as well, but the dead would also be subject to being shot. I gotta say, the making it so Crackle Darkener affects units and not just enemies. A very clever and simple change that makes it less broken. It's still busted. It's still a great way to clear a full level in 1 second, but it's no longer a way to turn the whole level into skeletons, for instance. But I still think Wheel of Death's a nice way to just to inject a whole bunch of dark damage at a random point on the map with Carnival of Pain. Take a turn to activate Carnival of Pain, and then turn on Wheel. Just need to clear out breathing space. So, like, because it propagates itself across the map, if you take Restless Dead is every time a living unit dies, it becomes a skeleton under your control. That means the skeleton is in the midst of it, so it's definitely gonna end up getting shot. You'll end with some skeletons. Like, there's definitely no way you're gonna have no skeletons by the time it's over. But I do think a lot of them will die. This will be a nice test here. And with the leftover points, I think I'll take Prince of Ruin, propagate more lightning damage across the map. Okay. I think if I start right here with Carnival of Pain and a Fireball. And I took some hits there. And then Wheel of Death. Aw, man. I missed. All the spawners are dead, though. See, right there is the ideal. It hits one dude and just takes out a clump around them. Migraine symptoms. Got your meds refilled. You won't need to heal yourself from withdrawal. I'm glad you got your meds. Migraines are awful. I don't know if everyone here has had migraines before, but I've certainly been afflicted. Horrible experience. Thankfully, I haven't had a proper, full-blown migraine in a while. I do get ocular migraines still from time to time, though, which are just weird and annoying. Got them a decent amount as a kid. As someone with, like, sleep disorders, I found I got them a lot more often if I was going, like, a prolonged period of time without sleep. They became way more likely. But I have adjusted my life cycle to avoid not getting enough sleep, which mostly means just not engaging in the mornings. I exist only in the PMs and the early AMs. Woof, 30 non-migraine days a year is rough. Eye pain headaches? Still sounds bad, though. One family trip to Cape Cod only from the migraine you had? Ooh. This looks like a re-roll to me. Ruby Heart, Ruby Heart. It's really just, where would we like to apply our Ruby Heart? Where do we want to get a Ruby Heart? Right here? This one seems like the least horrible. Like, not a lot of high lightning resist here. Relatively wide open. Not a lot of, like, full-blown 100% dark resist either, which is nice. No one's silencing me. Alright, Carnival Pain. Wheel of Death. Alright, I did a good job. What's going on, Nara? Resistant to dark, huh? Right. We were doing just the dark damage. Carnival Pain wants the lightning damage. It shouldn't matter which one happens first, but it's weird we didn't get any big swings with that wheel. He blood raged. What a jerk.
Hello there.
Alright, all the spawners are dead. Having two bears on top of me is, not as much fun as I thought it would be. Wheel! Let me guess, you're ghostly, so 100%, yeah. I gotta get the it doesn't miss upgrade. Stop picking those two! Ayo, what's going on, Vossflight? Had a good bacon breakfast burrito, and now I have heartburn. The price we pay for delicious food. I should take a teleport spell for myself.
Hello.
Alright. Got my 7 SP. Spark Loom, Slime Shoes. Man, Crackle Darkener all over this first run. Kinda want a portal key. Ube scones? That sounds delightful. Costco beef quesadillas. Delicious. Dinner for me yesterday was, speaking of Costco, they had a big bag of frozen soup dumplings. And so yesterday I just made like a pile of these mini soup dumplings and just threw it on top of rice. Delicious. If not, perhaps the most nutritious. But today I took, I like making big batches of sauce, red sauce. I made a, what I called a pseudo bolognese not too long ago, and I had a half of that frozen. I just took it out, threw it on the stove top on low. It'll just simmer all day, because I like simmering sauce for as long as possible. You love those dumplings? They're delicious. They're delicious. I just love dumplings. I love a good hot dump in my mouth. Can't get enough of them. Alright, there's only one 100% dark resistant friend here. Everyone else is fairly low resistance. And I have 7 spell points. Tempted to take Soul Harvest. That way I just don't run out of Carnival of Pain. Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's just take that. I want to upgrade damage, but this is a nice middle ground to grab. Because now I can Carnival of Pain, and then Wheel of Death. Carnival of Pain. Yeah. Come on, stop missing. Fireball these two. Carnival, wheel. I mean, I got like unlimited casts of everything now. Except for you, Mr. Immune to Dark. But you don't have a phylactery anymore, so bye. Unlimited power! Unlimited power! For as not great as the prequels were, they did give us all of the good Palpatine quotes. Do it. Do it. Flame-bound, gray... Oh, flesh-bound, flesh-bound. I remember now. Reroll? I'm thinking of reroll. You know what? No. Nay. I have a portal key. Let's pop a portal key. Alright, what we got? Ruby Hearts, Golden Stopwatch. I'm looking for maybe a hat. Nice hat, or a new robe, maybe? Really what I always want are skills. I would love to get just like a free skill. Reroll. Electric Tome. Mystic stuff. Exotic pets. Horns. Staves. Icy Cruciform. Wow, I didn't care for any of this stuff. That's a bummer. Well, maybe I'll look at the pets. If it's not a horrible level, that is. Man, no Ruby Hearts? Usually it's like, I don't want anything here. I'll just go to the Ruby Heart. None. None listed. Only half resist in the dark. Half resistance. 5 shield is annoying. But I could start, like, up in this little corner and just let my randomly choosing its target's death wheel go off. And I have some teleporters if I need to beat it. If I need to pound pavement. I liked episode 3. Haven't seen it in years, so maybe I'd think it's hot ass now. As a kid, they didn't bother me very much. They got, like, increasingly less good to me. But in retrospect, like, having gone back and rewatched them as not a child, it's like, oh god. Because I remember seeing the first, like, episode 1 in theaters over and over again. Like, this is awesome! But then episode 2 was like, this is not as awesome. Episode 3 was better than episode 2, though. I think. Again, it's been a little while. Yeah. Oh, beautiful. There's some big whiffs. All right, we have only 2 skills at the moment. We have Prince of Ruin, and we got Soul Harvest. You respect them, because at least they were weird and personal movies. Yeah, like, I don't think they're very good, but they don't fill me with rage or anything. Unlike... Episode 9 is... Like, Episode 9 makes me angry, because it's just such a bad movie. Like, in every capacity, and there is no, like... There's nothing personal about those movies, or that movie in particular. It just reads as a pile of failed scripts that were just stapled together. It's Riz Wizard. What's going on, Mystic? See, an Infernal Dark Tormentor would definitely do some good work for us. In that he'll do fire damage and propagate. And now, if we wanted to, we could double up on Carnival of Pain. You were around 18 when episode 1 came out, but I still thought Darth Maul was a decent villain. It did feel like he was wasted, though. But at least the prequels had Palpatine as like a through line for all of them. If there's one place the sequel series has a lot of trouble, it's the fact that we had like there's this big lumpy-headed man and he's bad, and then they kill him in the second one, and then Palpatine just comes out of nowhere for the third. It's like, what? Huh? It's like, we don't need build up. We have fucking title scrolls. So the words will tell us what's going on. It's like my screenwriting class said that's a bad way to do it. It's 5 scripts written by people who can't talk to each other. Yes. Very much so. But like Duel of the Fates, excellent song. The fight with Darth Maul, even though it's a little silly, still a good fight. Ghostly Ogres. That's a cool looking level. Like a weird Pokeball. The original trilogy, even though it's like, as Gomper would like to say, not as good as people remember, they are still entertaining movies. And like, structurally speaking, there's not that much wrong. Like, relatively basic scripts, but that's not a problem or anything. There were 0 lightsaber fights in episode 9. Episode 9, as I may have mentioned, it fills me with rage. There are so many elements to that movie I could be angry about. It's great. I still get angry where it's like, oh, we got this wreckage here and we have this ancient dagger. If you hold it up, the shape of the dagger matches this wreckage that's in the ocean. It's like, ugh. Did they like build it in the past with the expectation the wreckage was gonna be there, and like only after a certain amount of sea erosion? But that's like real world nitpickery applied to fantasy logic, so that's like a minor nitpick, but it still bugs me. It's all the rest of it that drives me nuts. It's just such a mess of a script. The Oral Knots remake, I don't think I do. 100% resist in the dark. Ghostly is annoying. I don't want to fight Ghostly, especially in a tight level like this. What was I gonna get there? Just usable items, consumables. I do have another portal key though. Let's just pop it. 7 is a good Marvel version of A New Hope. 8 is a good movie that is tonally way off Star Wars, and I would rather watch a bottom shelf random movie from DVD than 9. Yeah, that's basically my opinion. Like 7's just kind of a watered down version of A New Hope, but it was fine at the time. It was like rebooting a thing. 8 isn't really much of a Star Wars movie, but as a movie, it has parts that I enjoy. Like I don't hate 8 like a lot of people hate 8. I like 8. And then 9 is just, what the hell did you do here? Yeah, like 8 is not really much of a Star Wars movie when you get right down to it. Darth Vader is a kind-hearted middle manager and the Jedi are powered by illegal drugs. I would watch that. I mean, that's a big problem with like the new trilogy, is there's a lot of setup in one of them, and then the middle one ignores that setup and tries to do its own thing, but it still like acknowledges at least that 7 happened, and then 9 tries to ignore 8 and build off of 7 while also trying to set up like 4 other things, and you don't have enough time for that. And again, it felt like there were like 5 different scripts, but the intern tripped, and he just scooped them up, stapled enough for one script, and was like, to hell with it, sweep it under the rug, this is the script, we're going. Okay. Yeah, the whole, like, premise of 8 and the denouement at the end was bloodline doesn't matter, anyone could be a hero, being a Jedi is inside of all of us, and 9 is, no, she's a Palpatine, and, like, bloodlines matter. It's like, why? Here's, like, a bunch of new characters, and, like, that one, we're gonna ignore this one. Yeah, it all fell apart. It's weird. It's weird that they spent billions of dollars, and that's the best they were able to do. You would think if they spent that much money, there would be a bunch of people like, all right, we're gonna have one person come up with 3 movie ideas, and then we could find, like, one great writer or, like, a team of great writers, and they could, like, put a treatment together for all 3 scripts, and then we get, like, 1 good director or 3 good directors. You can jump between those are fine, but as long as we have a through line, it's like, nah, we'll just wing it. We're gonna wing it. I hope there was at least one person in the finance element of that was just having a panic attack the whole time. Just constantly, like, drenched in sweat, popping, like, stomach medication for the ulcers they have. Just like, shouldn't we talk about this a little bit? Like, can we have, like, one meeting? It's like, what? No, we already started filming. What? No. Counteroffer, we do a lot of cocaine and we ruin a beloved brand. Cocaine's responsible for so many beloved brands to begin with. You would think it would work out. I want a little movie about the one guy that was doing the math and watching these movies come together, freaking out about it. I'm gonna re-roll because nothing struck my fancy. Okay, here we go. We are in fact doing dark damage. And we do in fact have a nice poison damage bracelet. That guy from Airplane. Yeah, all the good movies from the 70s and 80s, and I would argue probably a bunch of the 90s ones too. They're running on the white powder engine. Dark Toxin. Dark Toxin might be a good grab. Actually, Dark Force. Like, while it's nice to have this go off, this is really just here to help our magic missile do work. Physical damage, i.e. force, means we're gonna have more re-triggers for Carnival of Pain, and that's the important thing. New wizardy things? This is kind of a sore topic for me, but no. The game is now in 1.0, but it released into 1.0 without any new content. Which is like a weird choice, I gotta say. I did mention earlier, but just to reiterate, the post with it is basically like, early access is over because the balancing and mechanics that they wanted to get out of early access have been achieved. So, like, no need for early access now. And the future updates are planned around content, so, like, our future updates should come with new spells and stuff. But I feel like you want your 1.0 release to have a bit of fanfare with, like, some new stuff to look at. So I'm a little sad. It just quietly entered 1.0 without anything exciting to look at. At least for those of us that have been playing it while it's been in early access. But that's just a personal thing. I want to keep my knees. I want that hat. The chest is not in a great spot for me, but again, we have put together the hide in a corner and just wish death upon our enemies build, so we're just gonna hide over here. And the first question we want to answer is, how do we want to scale up our damage? When you get to right down to it, Wheel Death is already doing 200 damage. I think what's more important to us is getting Carnival of Pain to last longer, because it's only a 4 duration thing. We can increase its number of targets, which is good. Something we could also do with Prince of Ruin is we could look to increase the radius and damage on Prince of Ruin. So if we go in the dark, I could take Dark Lord. We get 3 more charges, more damage, but that's not going to increase the duration. I think more important would be popping into Enchantment Land here for Arch-Enchanter or Master of Time. 3 duration is our best one. Yeah. But Enchantress Boon is also phenomenal. Double Carnival of Pain might be better to start. Because we can just recast it over and over again. We have basically unlimited cast thanks to Soul Harvest. Usually when I play my soundtrack, I get a lot of questions about the Nitro Kid part. If anyone asks about any of these random songs, I don't know what I'm going to tell them because these are from a copyright-free pack I bought. There is little I can do to help them out there. I guess I could post them to the website. Alright, Carnival of Pain, which applies to our buddy here as well, and then Wheel of Death. Nice. My current seed Anoida has lively concoction via mixing water, soil, and mud. So your entire map is lively concoction? That's a really lucky seed you got there. It was raining when I loaded. It was everywhere. That's amazing. You're gonna have to see share that seed. Everyone's completely immune to dark, except for the statue. And I know I should have upgraded Wheel of Death to have Cheat Fate. Alright, Carnival of Pain again. These stupid skeletons. Do I want to use one of my teleporters just to get down here and start the work? You also found Liquid Midas. Wow. Yeah, I mean, if you got Lively Concoction, you're gonna find all the really fun combinations. Yeah, don't even DM that. Post your seed in the roguelike box in the Discord so we could all play with it. Sounds like a phenomenal seed. Alright, there's no reason not to spam Wheel of Death until we hit that one little lightning ball guy. Come on. Come on, random chance. You can do this. No, I can't. I give up. Alright, Carnival of Pain. Much better. What's going on, Pix? I remember this game. It's in 1.0 now. It released into 1.0. It did it with no new content to look at, but it is in 1.0 now. Ow, ow, ow. Wait, I can just Wheel of Pain this thing now. Oh, not anymore, I can't. Oh, it's gonna do 1 point of damage to me every turn. I'm better off just doing fireballs on it. But how you doing, Pix? %50 fire resist is annoying. I was kind of hoping for a lot more content. Yes, Pix, yes. Again, not to harp on it too much. Like, I understand if the goal for early access was more about mechanics and getting the balancing, and they feel like, all right, we got that, and they want the release to be about the new content, sure, but like, you should have started 1.0 with some new content. But that's just me being greedy. Yeah, it's a little uninspiring. I'm a little disappointed. I still like the game a lot, but because I like it, I was hoping for a bit more. I might have to drink a potion during this torturous statue. I feel like the only point of EA is to get 2 launches. Like with, I'm going to just keep on saying it, but I think Caves of Cut was my favorite early access experience because they were very consistent. I always got updates. I felt like I was watching the development. There was a clear input feed through both Steam and Discord where you could post like either bugs or content ideas and you got feedback. And like, I really liked the early access experience of Caves of Cut. And then when it came out of early access and into 1.0, it came with a nice content dump with it. It was good. And yes, it is the fun development. I can't believe we're still only halfway through your health and I'm out of potion. Sorry, out of spells. That's a bummer. Remember when Valheim finally pulled through EA? Not really. I didn't play Valheim. I gotta get my hat. I'm gonna have to drink a potion anyway. Ow. 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 Dark damage as physical damage. Well, let's look at you. Completely immune to poison, and only half immune to physical. So if I take Dark Ice, that does the most damage to you at the very least. But I kind of want Dark Physical, that way we have more triggers for Prince of Ruin, and for Crackle Darkener, and for Wheel of Death. Sorry, Wheel of Pain. Carnival of Pain. Wait, Valheim is still in early access? Again, no judgment. You could stay in early access for 17 years, like Caves of Cut did. I think the important part is like Caves of Cut had weekly updates, and if it didn't have content or bug fixes in the update, at the very least there was a blog post talking about what's gonna like be worked on between those weeks. It was a really good experience. These statues still have 4,000 HP. Like, this is just too much health. I'm kind of surprised they didn't cut this one down. Well, I have to drink a mana potion. Not immune to dark, so maybe a bunch of Wheel of Deaths will get us through here. Especially with my new hat. My new Dark Force hat. Alright, well, it's a bummer, but we have to drink a potion. Oh, I might be able to get through this without drinking a health potion. Oh, yeah! Sometimes I feel like developers make the money in early access and then lose the drive and or ideas. Well, that's certainly happened for some games. Undeniably so. Star Citizen should have a, here's what we wasted your money on this week post. Yeah, like Star Citizen. Yes, there are also those versions. Kickstarter had a lot of those. There's been a lot of like Kickstarter horror stories where it's like, hey, we ran out of money. our vision exceeded our grasp. Yeah, Dylan White's been working on Rift Wizard. Did they change the logo from Mathmabicus? It looks like an abacus now. All right, I like the new icon for Mathmabicus. I still don't like the Mathmabicus, but I enjoy that it's an abacus. No way you can work on something like that for that long. It does require like a certain amount of passion. There's your new content. Sorcery staff, close staff, pyrostatic. I will say though, unlike with the other games that came out of early access and there was a price increase, usually to accompany the new content, because this one didn't have any new content, the price up didn't actually happen. It's going to happen at a future release, like a future content update, which makes me feel like maybe we should have held off on calling this 1.0 just until the next one. Just until the next one. Just putting that out there. Malkavian option? Tell me more. Reroll. If Vampire the Masquerade 2 is even decent, I'll be surprised. Oh, you were responding to Vampire the Masquerade 2. I gotcha. I was reading that in a vacuum, Cthulhu. Never mind. Yes, Vampire the Masquerade 2. Woo, that's a troubled development. That has had a lot of problems. I do not think that's going to work out on release. Robe of Fire, Vial of Ambrosia, Robe of Agony might be a good grab. I like how Factorial has never and likely will never go on sale. Understandably, it would be nice to spend as little as possible on it, but you never have to think about sales or when to buy. Like, when they announced that Factorio was going to have its price increase when it was leaving its early access, I considered that to be the end of its only sale it will ever have, and that's when I picked it up. I was like, alright, this is the time. What's going on, Patrick? Why is there no Malkavian option for Vampire the Masquerade 2? I mean, it sounds like they kind of had a very troubled time working on that game. Like, it switched studios, I think, at least once, maybe twice. Things have not been going great for them. Slime Soul is fine. Big Old Mother of Spiders is just a large target for me. I have 4 spell points, and I think this might be when we say we take that upgrade. Does anyone else find it odd when early access games get a sale before full release? Not particularly. It's actually kind of smart. Like, there's going to be a price increase when it comes out. So if you do a sale right beforehand, you get a large influx of people that are going to talk about it. And just with how, like, news cycles go and posts on social media, that sale will end, the game will come out, it'll have a smaller discount, like its release discount. They almost always have, 10% off. And then people start hearing about the game, which just came out, and you get another influx of sales. I imagine it's probably a smart way to go about it. The restart development at least once. Yeah, it's been a wild ride for that game. People paying them to test the game. Early access is about development and helping with that process. Ideally, it's supposed to be, at least. Anyway, I'm gonna pop in over here. I'm going to grab Wheel of Death's Cheat Fate upgrade, so I do not target 100% immune enemies. And then we Carnival. We get a whole bunch of new targets on the board. And then we watch as the problem already begins solving itself. Well, the whole level's basically done already. Wheel of Death. What's going on, Brewhark? Yep. Again, even though they changed Crackle Darkener to no longer avoid hurting you or your companions, as long as you're paying attention to where you're standing, you're gonna be alright. And with Robe of Agony, I could self-start Carnival of Pain. Like, I could start the whole process. If I cast a Dark or Lightning spell, 8 lightning damage and 8 dark damage go out. So all I have to do is cast Carnival of Pain, and I start the process. We basically got a ripcord that is a pistol now. It's a gun. Just voing. Just gonna start it and watch the level finish itself. Crackle Darkener is such a good term. It is still busted good, even though they have nerfed it by making it hurt the caster. But as long as you're careful about your placement, you don't have to worry about it. Just pay attention to where the enemies are in relation to yourself. Crackle Darkener no longer says it targets enemies, it targets units. So the wizard and the wizard's companions. So, like, a really fun build used to be Carnival of Pain and Restless Dead. And you would basically just watch the level turn into your skeletons. And then a skeleton would do physical damage, which would again trigger Carnival of Pain and Crackle Darkener. But because it now targets friendlies, the skeletons are just going to get blown up in there. So you can no longer convert the level into skeletons with it. But you probably still could. It's just going to be less effective because some skeletons will... They're going to bite it. They're going to die. Master Space, Starfire, Spell Sniper. Now, Starfire... Whenever an enemy takes fire, deal that much arcane damage. In Carnival of Pain, we're not doing a lot of fire. We're lightning. We're dark and lightning when you get right down to it. So as much as I want Starfire, there's really not a reason to do it. Spells and skills gain range and radius. That's not so bad, though. It's like the Arc Lightning of Staves. It's even better than that because of how Carnival of Pain works. Just to run through it real quick. Crackle Darkener says, whenever an enemy takes dark damage, you deal that much lightning damage, the same amount, but you do it to 3 targets in a 3-tile burst. So if I do 10 dark damage, I'm doing that much lightning damage to 3 targets. So I hit 1, and then 3 people get hit. With Carnival of Pain, whenever an enemy takes physical fire or lightning, the nearest 3 enemies take that much dark damage. So 1 target becomes 3, 3 targets becomes 9, 9 targets becomes so on and so forth. Like, you can wipe out the whole level in 1 cast. It is phenomenal stuff. This is not a great level to show that off because everyone is covered in shields. I would like to show you we need a level without shields. Or at least without everyone having shields. Aether spiders. Of course. Everyone's gonna have shields. Alright, here we go. Not a lot of shields here. Completely immune to lightning might break it. As long as I have line of sight on 1 person. Let's go for you. Alright, if I start here, all I should have to do is cast Carnival of Pain to get this started. That's what I'm talking about. Like Arc Lightning hits 1 target and then, well, I guess it hits your targeting reticle. It's gonna aim for where you were aiming it. Then it hits a set number of people. This thing will just keep on growing its number of targets. Yeah, this one, we target 1 location, we hit 4 targets from there. Consider yourself carnivaled. Alright. Honestly, we don't even need to take an increase on the time that Carnival Pain is active, but it would be nice to have it. Now we don't have to recast it as often. Ooh! Actually, that's not a bad idea. Redeal 50% of all physical, poison, and lightning and ice damage as arcane, so our lightning damage from Carnival Pain would be redealt as arcane damage, which would help out with our silken links here. It's only up to 5 tiles away, but still nice. It's more damage. Let's take that. And I guess we're getting another pet. Electric Wailing Banshee works. Yeah, it doesn't help with 100% resist, but it's still pretty good. Good stuff still. Dark Lord. Dark Lord ain't a bad grab. We'll take Dark Lord. Do 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 do. Fey Warlocks. Are these Fear Faces? Yes, they are. I want to just start where I will not be in range of a Fear Face, but I have line of sight on a Fear Face. This could be slightly dangerous with this guy. Actually, you know what? Down here might be good. I'm in your threat radius, but if I start right here, you don't see me. This should be fine. Carnival of Pain! See, it didn't kill everybody. Let me guess, completely immune to dark? Yep. I'll let the two buddies handle this. Dark Lord. Ruby Heart. Dark Flame. Dark damage is fire damage. Like, it's basically what I'm already wearing, but it means another skill becomes way more viable. Yeah, sure. We're getting up some real whiz-biz over here. What's going on, Scholarly Frog? Yeah, I'm just gonna start way up in this corner. Oh, hell yeah. Hitting the pillar is just good stuff. Alright, let me guess. Completely immune to the dark. Completely immune to the dark. Completely immune to the dark. Alas. Silk and Link still doing good work, though. Just annoying that they're gonna keep popping up. I should just head down here. I have Portal Key, Death Dice, Stopwatch. How many teleporters do I have? 3? Honestly, probably worth it. Just so I could avoid the annoyance. Yeah, we'll pop down and we'll just throw fireballs at the problem. Ow. Bone Spear, huh? As a 2-turn cooldown? Alright. Spoken like a true wizard. Just these large HP sponges. They annoy me so. How much damage am I doing per cast here? 81? I think it's time for Arch Sorcerer just to increase our damage. The Bone Zone. Yeah, Arch Sorcerer. Fireball. How many more teleports do I have? 2? I might have to leave. So now one cast is doing 144 damage. It's no longer an endless fight. Do. Good work up there. Counting you guys. Alright, I did my job. You guys aren't done yet? Good work, Silken Lynx. Doesn't decay into a pile of more bones anymore? Thank God. Alright, I think I want more Ruby Hearts. 150 is a little on the low end. And I will take a Dark Flame hat. That's another giant bone enemy. It is. I don't want any more of those. More hats? But nothing... Oh, Spark Toxin? No, I'm happy with my current hat. Ruby Heart, please. Yeah, the Bone Colossus is the one you're thinking of. Here he is. Not something we want to play with. but this guy's fine. Are these artists? Just normal elves? That's fine. Carl Payne. Do the level for me, will you? Done. Nice and easy. Okay. I got my Dark Lord, I got my Soul Harvest. I think I'm done. Yeah, they fixed the display for the large enemies. I'm out of tea. How much was done through Fey Malevolence? 938? Grab a different damage type. Could just take something to get rid of immunity to dark, then we don't have to worry. Dies to dark damage. 3 random enemies in line of sight are afflicted by fear. Collected agony. No, I think I'm done on the Darkland. Whenever he takes arcane damage, deal that much lightning damage. You know, lightning. We have a lot of lightning damage going around. Because Crackle Darkener is turning dark into lightning, and lightning's getting propagated. Go all in on dork damage. Lightning spells and skills gain number of targets. I mean, we don't really have a lot of lightning spells, but we are doing lightning damage. More importantly, Prince of Ruin would gain more radius. And more damage. Actually, just damage, right? Yeah, just damage. Shock value, though, is very good. Adding some holy damage in there is not a bad idea, too. That way, if something is dark immune, but not lightning immune, they're usually weak to holy. Holy Thunder's probably a good grab here. Let's take Holy Thunder. I think I'll take shock value next. Wedgies and jerseying. Hockey term for when you pull someone's shirt over their head. I only know the jerseying because of a certain Canadian television show. I got a portal key. Let's see if we can get more skills for free. And then be angry when the skill I just bought's the one that's offered to me. Give your balls a tug. Fuck you, Shorzy. I got my. I need a pair of shoes. I could wear some shoes. Ah, nothing I really want. Yeah, Letterkenny's great. I think we're just gonna go for the Ruby Heart. We got this choice here. It has the Pillar of Worms, which no one wants to play with, but it's easy for us. Are these artists? Unfortunately, there are artists. And old Thunderbones. Electric Bone Shamblers are the worst. So, ideally, not that level. Giant Nightmare Turtle's a bummer, but he's only 75% resistant, so not that bad. Are these night hags? So let's not get too too close so they can touch. No touch, no touch. I think I'm gonna start right here. Just watching it propagate left and right. Night hangs, redistributing health everywhere. Are these chaos worms? Still have one I can look at. Infernal fireworms. Alright. Carnival Pain. Oh, I forgot about the turtles. The turtles are the problem. They're resistant in the dark. But they're weak to holy. That's why we took that, holy thunder skill. We just need them to be next to somebody that's not immune. Back and forth, just pass it back and forth. That's exactly what we're looking for. Back and forth. Heck, it's even passing back and forth between my companions, which is fine by me. I'm surprised they're not dead. And then one died. Alright, shock value should be a fun one. Make everybody angry with each other. Ruby Heart, Slime Soul. Troll Blood Transmutation, Armor, and Hibernation. I am wearing Robe of Agony. You know, not the worst thing to have armor on. I just don't want to play with you. But again, weak to holy. We could take advantage of that fact. Unfortunately, Infernal Annihilation Goos are a bummer. They are not my favorite. Is it worth it for armor? Each turn, a random summoned ally equips a copy or armor. That just means every time I cast a lightning or a dark spell, they're doing 8 lightning and dark damage, which really drop in the bucket at this point. Drop in the bucket. Some of these EDM songs are fun. Might just go over here. Hello. You're annoying, but not the worst. And what's the other one? Maybe I'll re-roll. This is a pretty easy one. Even with the horrible butterflies. No, wait. No, not with the butterflies. No, thank you. Yeah, re-roll. I'm hoping for other skills for free. Not Venom Spit. Hemo Corruption. No. Hibernation. Master of Memories? Eh. You know what? I would take Stormbrew Tricksters, because I do want to grab a teleport spell. Got a Void Knight. Got you. So Stormbrew Tricksters. Whenever you cast a translocation spell, summon a summon a Storm Troll Trickster at the location you cast the spell from. What's Fleshbound? Fleshbound is one of the new modifiers where anything that has Fleshbound... I can't talk! Fleshbound! Fleshbound, they share their health pool. All damage is shared evenly amongst all monsters with the same name. Oh yeah, that's right. Here. There's the description. There's only the one wizard though, so not much of one. Cast off the boons of the flesh. The floosh. Start here. It's still going. Not to be confused with Fishbound. I got caught up in my own spell for a little bit there. What's going on, Just a Tip? Ah, Carnival, Pain, Wheel of Death, all my favorite cheap-ass spells that do the job. Stormbrew Tricksters. Enchanting stuff we don't need anymore. Oh, nope, don't need it. Think this is a reroll. Hoping for skills here. No skills. Ruby Heart, though. I'll take a Ruby Heart. Everything's fleshbound here, or at least some stuff is fleshbound. Fleshbound Fire Fiends, Fleshbound Fey Queen, anything. I'm pro Fleshbound. It makes it easier to kill a lot of stuff. I will start here, which is a perfect starting point. That red, like, wait for it, right there. That's the Fleshbound damage redistribution. It is taking the game's performance a little bit. Woof. You can do it! I believe in you! Oh my god. Now this is gaming. I mean, Rift Wizard has a frame rate of, like, it doesn't matter. Like, it could be 2 frames per second. But boy, is it having trouble here. What's my CPU usage look like? Let me go to the graph here. CPU. At no point did it exceed 36% just then. Memory's been cruising at a unchanging 48%. That was all in-game bottlenecking. No hardware involved. %, resist in the dark. 100%, 100%. 100%. 100%. Cool. Cool. Isn't it written in Python? Not exactly known as a fast language. Is it written in Python? One of the few languages I know. Maybe it was maxing out a single core. Didn't look like it. I had the view, so I saw all my cores. I think what we're seeing there is a limitation of Python, then. Good old Python. Doki Doki no Obama was written in the glorious language of Python. Completely immune to dark and holy, but takes full damage from everything else, huh? You know what? I have 8 spell points. It might be time for the last of our spells. All enemies in line of sight lose dark resist and holy resist. Do. Doki Doki no Obama? Can't remember. There is a command that would give you a link to it. It's the game I made. What is that command? !Doki if you wanna experience it. Don't be expecting too much. Unless you're excited for scathing political satire circa 2000 and... what was that? Somewhere in like 2010, 11, 12, somewhere in that ballpark. Specifically relating around net neutrality. It was fun to research. I learned a lot about a lot of people. The before times. Doki no. Sorry, Doki no, Bob. One day I'll go in there and I'll add all the other ending routes. For the die-hard fans. It was for some weird... I can't remember what the contest was. Only the one, Doki, thank you very much. Sir, please step into line of sight for me. Alright, how many of you am I looking at? 3 of you? That's a perfect time to Twilight Gaze. Oh! Yeah, no, we got Carnival of Pain. Damage to Wizard, 146 to the Wizard. Carnival of Pain is dangerous now. Sorry, not Carnival of Pain. Crackle Darkener. Crackle Darkener is now dangerous. But we got our first achievement. The goal for 100%ing Rift Wizard has begun. Which one did we get? We got the defeat a level in 1 turn. So, instant win we got. I mean, taking Crackle Darkener with Carnival Pain, that's probably the easiest way to get your win a floor in 1 turn. Well, that was our maiden run for 1.0. But now we need our maiden win in 1.0.